Hey everybody, and welcome back to Austin Movie Gear Movie Minute. I'm Christian.
And I'm Keith Mullins, and today we're here to show you two of our newest pieces of equipment here at Austin Movie Gear. One is the new version of the iKan gimbal called the iKan Pivot. The other is a camera from Canon, which is the Canon EOS-R. No prism, it's a mirrorless camera, and it has a new camera mount for it called the RF mount. People have gotten better at designing these things. And one of the things that they've done that's true with this one and also true with other modern gimbals is they've gotten the gimbal out of the way so you can actually see when you're holding it the screen on the back of the camera. They did that by putting this gimbal at an angle.
Normally, in previous models, this would have been right up here.
Yeah, it would be blocking, but no, they've made that better. And this is a really kind of a easy to use, nice gimbal, and it can handle weights up to what now?
8 pounds.
8 pounds, right. Yeah. So it's got different modes that you can get to by pushing this mode button. And if you push it once, you get a lock mode. And the lock mode means that you can't pan or tilt. Things are just going to stay like they are. So I'm moving, but the camera's still pointed in the same direction. It's not tilting, it's not really panning, it's just staying pointed the same way. A more useful mode for a lot of people is the one called the pan follow mode. 2 clicks on the mode button. And that allows you to pan around while you're holding it, which is kind of what a lot of people want to do. It doesn't tilt, it still keeps the camera level if you go up or down, but it does give you the ability to pan. So the next mode, and if you're guessing, you probably know this already, follow, where it will tilt and pan. So a little more control, a little more to play with.
So essentially, start at 1 and add an axis with each new click.
Right, right. The full follow mode gives you the roll. Most times you don't really want the roll, but if you're shooting something, a music video, some interpretive narrative film, where you want to have a little bit of a Dutch angle,
yeah,
this can let you do that as well. So this will give you, it smooths out your actions, but it doesn't stop you from tilting or rolling or panning any way at all. One of the best features of the iKan Pivot is, and it's common to all the iKan gimbals, is that you can change the direction, change the angle of the camera and hold it for 2 seconds physically, and it'll lock in there. It'll stay wherever you put it. So I can get any kind of special angle I want. You just move it to where you want it, and it locks in.
I just want to point out that if, for instance, you're purchasing the Pivot, you're really just looking at the hand unit. But whenever we rent out any of our single kind of monopod style gimbals, we always like to rent them out with these handlebars, which really makes it sort of a fully operational unit when you're running and gunning.
So now let's tell you a little bit more about the camera. It has a lot of the features that you want for video, doesn't have everything. It's a full frame camera when you're shooting stills, but it's a crop mode when you're shooting 4K video. If you shoot HD video, you get the full crop. They came up with a different lens mount design, and one of the reasons they did that, they claimed, is that they could offer more features on the lenses. And so you'll notice on this lens, which is not an EF lens, it's a Canon RF lens, it's got an extra dial up here. You can hear it clicking maybe. That can be set to do the aperture or the shutter speed, or just make exposure go up or down a little bit if you're in a program mode. And you can program how you would like that to use. So after all these years, we're coming up with a aperture on the lens. That's an innovation.
But it is programmable.
But it is programmable.
Now, would that be done, I guess, through your laptop? Like you would connect?
No, just in the menus. You can set
within the menu system of the camera.
Yeah, you can set what you want this wheel to do. It's also got the dual pixel autofocus, which is one of the greatest things that Canon's ever invented, which makes it a good choice to run autofocus while you're on a gimbal. It's got shoots 4K. And if you shoot with an external recorder, you get 10-bit 422. You can use the EF lenses with a Canon adapter that I'm going to show you here. And it maintains autofocus. You can see it moving there as I move. It takes autofocus and stabilization features that the lens has and takes full advantage of them. So you're not giving up in any of your EF lenses, but you do get some added benefits of using the regular RF lenses. Right now, the only one available is this 24 to 105, which we have, but you can put all kinds of EF lenses on this body. And it is smaller and lighter weight. It has the same sensor as the 5D Mark IV, which is a great sensor, and takes that Canon color look that is so good. So you get, the Canon color look. You can work with all kinds of lenses. It's a smaller, more lightweight body to go on gimbals, and it just has a lot of features that I think video people will find attractive if they like Canon.
Sure. So it would kind of serve as a great second shooter for the new 5D.
Right.
Maybe even.
It could be a B camera for like the C200 or the C300 series. And like I said, it's got the Canon color that looks good. It's got log. It's got, like I say, the dual pixel focusing. And it looks great right out of the box, just like all the Canon cameras do. So this is a great camera to consider if you're trying to put a lightweight camera on a gimbal and you care about having great color out of the box and you'd like the fast autofocus. An interesting new camera. If you want to come by and play with it or any of the other equipment that we have at Austin Movie Gear, feel free to just call us, make sure it's in-house, and we'll be glad to give you a free demo.